project provides Syrians in Idlib Governorate with clean water. Qatar Red Crescent Society, or QRCS, a Shining World Compassion Award laureate, has completed repairs and new construction so that internally displaced people in Deir Hassan and 7 nearby camps have access to safe drinking water. Over the course of 12 months, the village water well and pumping station were reconstructed. 20 elevated water tanks were installed throughout the region, and sewage systems were upgraded to prevent the spread of waterborne diseases and protect the environment. Most importantly, residents now have their own sustainable source of potable water without relying on trucks to deliver it. Our heartfelt gratitude, Qatar Red Crescent Society, for your exemplary endeavor. In Allah's boundless love, may the resilient people of Syria be blessed with enduring peace and the promise of fulfilling lives.
Researchers study effectiveness of vaccines against mutant strains. Blood samples from a limited number of people in South Africa who either recovered from COVID-19 or were vaccinated have shown weakened antibody activity against altered versions of the underlying virus. In particular, the variant called 501Y.V2 has been responsible for several cases of reinfection, and alternate forms identified in Brazil and the United Kingdom carry some of the same mutations. Virologists note that results of laboratory experiments do not necessarily mean that members of the public will be susceptible to infection. Further studies are needed to determine whether the first generation of vaccines will provide an immune response that is diverse and potent enough to protect against emerging viral variants. Our deepest appreciation, international researchers, for your crucial work. In heaven's uplifting grace, we pray for the imminent dawn of a healthy vegan world that is brimming with peace.
Bullring to be transformed into new community center. Benidorm, a tourist destination on Spain's Mediterranean coast, is moving forward with plans to convert a former bullring into a useful public space. The City Council has invited bids for a complex that will include a central library with study rooms and an auditorium, a youth center with an exhibition hall, as well as facilities for local groups to have meetings. The arena venue will be refurbished to resolve structural issues. 2 stages will be constructed, and new lighting and sound amplification systems will be installed. The project, scheduled for completion in 2023, is part of the city's sustainable and integrative urban development strategy, which has received 10 million euros in European funding. Our delighted applause, Benidorm City Council and donors, for taking steps to elevate the region's collective consciousness and pave the way for future blessings in celestial celebration.
Island's power sector shifts toward renewable energy. A pilot project is underway near Sri Lanka's capital city of Colombo to turn solid waste into electricity. The first plant will consume approximately 700 tons of garbage each day, as it produces 10 megawatts for the national grid. The plant will help solve an environmental issue, while it also contributes to the economy of the country. It is envisioned that the process will be duplicated across the island, with the State Ministry of Urban Development, Coast Conservation Waste Disposal, and Community Sanitation coordinating the daily collection of trash on each district. The government of Sri Lanka is a Shining World Leadership Award for Good Governance laureate and has committed itself to using renewable energy to generate all of its electricity by 2050. We salute your determined effort, Sri Lanka, and eagerly anticipate the beauty and purity of a pollution-free planet.
Successful businessman was very fond of his dog. Bill Doris from Tennessee, USA, used to travel frequently and entrusted his border collie Lulu to his friend Martha Burton whenever he was on the road. After Mr. Doris passed away at the end of 2020, it was revealed that he had bequeathed $5 million to his 4-legged friend. The funds were placed in a trust managed by a conservator who will oversee reimbursements to Miss Burton for all expenses related to Lulu's well-being. Although she knows she can never spend such a fortune on the pooch, Miss Burton told News Channel 5, Nashville Television, "Well, I'd like to try." Our hearts are touched by the mutual affection from a furry angel and her human protectors. In heavenly upliftment, may Lulu and Miss Burton enjoy many happy years together as Mr. Doris's soul smiles contentedly.
Older generations now accepting of vegan food. Catering company Appetito is well known in the United Kingdom for its delicious chef-prepared frozen meals that are overseen by an in-house dietitian. There are hundreds of menu items for clients to choose from, including preparations that satisfy ethnic and cultural preferences, plus options to modify food texture and portion size. Recently, the award-winning business partnered with plant-based chef Lydia Downey to expand its culinary inspiration range with 8 new vegan entrees for care home residents. Vegetable gratin, butternut squash risotto, barbecue Mexican bean and jackfruit, and Japanese katsu curry are a few of the intriguing additions. Bravo Appetito UK and Lydia Downey for making different plant-based flavors and types of cuisine available for elderly citizens who will appreciate the variety. In Heaven's Radiance, we pray for people of all ages to embrace veganism without delay for the most fulfilling lives possible.
Volunteers and social media help recover lost dog. In the summer of 2017, Rachel Coster's family moved to a new home north of Houston, Texas, USA. While they were unloading their belongings, Maddie, their little schnauzer terrier mix, disappeared. All efforts to find the longtime household member were unsuccessful. 3.5 years later, in February 2021, a volunteer for the Forgotten Pet Advocate saw a stray canine on the south side of Houston and picked her up. A veterinarian scanned for a microchip, but the information was outdated. When the story was posted online, someone with Lost Dogs of Texas took notice and used a special database to contact Rachel Coster's mother. Finally, Maddie and her family were reunited amid tears of gratitude and joy. God bless all the caring volunteers who made this rescue possible. In divine goodness, may we always love and cherish the animals in our lives.